Okay, I will kick off. Welcome everyone. Thank you once again for coming to the Andrea Microphones presentation. My name is Ted Pratt, for those of you that don't know me. I'm the Business Development Manager for Andrea Communications in the UK. So at the outset, if ever you have any queries or questions regarding Andrea products, be it headsets, headphones, microphones or audio adapters, then please drop me a mail. I'm always around. I'm based in the UK, so on your time, that's no problem at all. So the first microphone that I really want to talk about is the microphone, this little unit here. It's not very big, but it's quite powerful and quite punchy for its size. It's called the SG110M. And the SG110M really has a pedigree. It was developed from its predecessor, which was called the SG100, which I helped Andrea design about 10 to 12 years ago at least. So the SG100 came about mainly for use with digital recorders at the time. There wasn't any very good small shotgun microphones on the market. So I helped Andrea design the SG100. And that went on for a few years, but as you'll find out, it's now transformed into the SG110M. First thing I'd like to say about this mic is it's a very light and it's a directional shotgun microphone. So if you look at the polar diagram just below, change to a larger screen, it'll probably help you. If you look at the polar diagram, then you can see that it's got a forward pattern. It's unidirectional. So it has got some gain, but gain here is not the main thing for the mic. The real critical factor is that it's not accepting much sound from either side, as you can see, and the rear. So it is perfect for students who want to record messages in a lecture theatre situation. And that's really what it was designed for. It does work very, very well indeed. We designed the SG110M really for a pretty specific application. We were approached by Sonosent actually to help them come up with a good microphone for their mobile package. They put together a little mobile kit and they wanted a very good microphone to go in that kit. Now, we realized at the outset that the SG100 was not really suitable. We did try it, but it had a few shortcomings, which we corrected in the SG110M. It's very, very critical when you're using microphones with mobile devices, and that's what the SG110 was primarily designed for. It's very, very critical that you have extremely good RFI screening. Most small microphones like this don't have that. So as you probably know, when mobile phones, for example, are used, they transmit RF signals every sort of 30 seconds or so to the nearest cell, just to maintain the best sort of radio transmission. And those RF transmissions on a lot of mics will just be picked up, and you quite often hear it on TV. It's just sort of a burp, burp sound. So anyway, our microphone, the SG110M, was specifically designed with extremely good RFI screening in mind. And it does totally eliminate that type of RF interference that you sometimes get with normal mics. Okay, so it is used with the Sonosent mobile package, and I'm sure a lot of you use Audio Note Taker by Sonoscent, and some of you probably recommend the mobile package. I will say at this point that when you order the mobile package for the Sonoscent software, then please make sure that you also say it must come with the SG110M. There are one or two suppliers around, and unless you specifically state that, they will supply a much inferior microphone that may not be RFI screened. So please, I know you just quote the mobile package, but if you can, please also, it's very, very important that you quote the SG110M Andrea mic. It is the only microphone that's recommended for use in that mobile package by Sonoscent. It does come, so I will switch to another screen. Actually, just try and show you this. It comes with a little connector, which is called a TRRS connector, this one, and it's right angle as well. We specifically decided to use a right angle plug because we knew that it would be used on mobile phones. And the last thing you want is a big, long, standard plug sticking out of the phone for obvious reasons, really. Can easily be knocked and could damage the phone and the microphone, come to that. So if you look carefully, it's called a TRRS plug. It has 4 connectors to it. Now that means that mobile devices only have one socket these days. It's called a TRRS socket, obviously. And that socket is used for both recording and speaker purposes. So it's a single socket that does both. However, we do realize that some people, when they buy this microphone, will also want to use it with a digital recorder. So we do supply a little adapter with it as well. This comes with the microphone. So there you can see the difference. That's a standard connector for digital recorders, for example. It has one less pole on it. So that just simply plugs into our plug, and that's then okay for use with digital recorders as well as mobile devices. It also comes with a nice little pouch. So obviously students, for example, like the little pouch because it holds the mic and the adapter and stops things getting lost. I don't think there's much more I want to say about that mic. If there are any questions, by the way, you can put them up on the screen, and I will deal with the questions towards the end to save breaking up the train of thought. So the SG110M, very, very good mic. It's been used, to say, for at least 4 years now, 3 or 4 years, and it's proved very, very successful. We have very, very few returns. It's extremely reliable and quite robust for its size. But I will repeat, if you order the Sonoscent mobile kit, then please, please specify the SG110M with it as well. All suppliers should know that, and we have told them that some of them we do know are still supplying a cheaper variant, and they really shouldn't be. I'll just move on to the next mic that we have. It's called the NC8, and this is a switch screens. The NC8 is just a microphone on a boom, and it's the same microphone that we use in our N series headsets. So this microphone is Dragon 6-star approved. It works extremely well. So you might get some students or some people who want to use the speaker on the laptop or desktop or whatever, but they do need a very good mic for Dragon, and this is the mic that they need. It works very, very well and is well proven, and it's got a little adjustable steel headband so you can move it up and down to fit the head correctly. Nice little support pad on the side, so it's extremely comfortable and extremely lightweight, very lightweight indeed. It terminates in a standard 3.5mm plug, but we do an adapter, a small adapter, the Edu USB it's called, that will take this plug and convert it to USB if you want to plug the mic in at USB level. And the other thing is the boom is extremely flexible. You can bend it to any angle you want, so it really does do the job well. And again, that boom is used, as I say, on our N series headsets, and it works very, very well indeed. Again, we have no problems. Comes with a little windsock, and again, the windsock is an item that can be changed if you ever should need to change it. That's the NC8. I don't think there's too much more I can say on that unit. It's well proven and it's been around for a while, and there's no need to change it. It just works very, very well indeed. So that takes me to really our final microphone. I did say this will be a short presentation, so it won't be too long. This is not so much a unit for students, but it is really a unit that we have just to solve a particular problem that a lot of schools and universities may well have. That's the requirement for a portable handheld PA system, which really sums this unit up in a nutshell. This is the unit here, so you can see how large it is compared to my head, for example. It's not very big, but it's extremely well built, and it's solid, and it's reasonably heavy. It's a really nicely made piece of kit. And it is, as I said earlier, it is a portable PA system, a self-contained 10-watt PA system. It's omnidirectional, so it will transmit sound in all directions, unlike a megaphone, for example, that's just purely pushing sound out in one direction. There's no feedback with it. It just works. Comfortable ergonomic grip, so it's nice and easy to hold. I'll give you an example actually. I'll switch screens. So it has a simple on-off switch. Fortunately, I'm working in the dark here because if I open a window, then my head shines, so please excuse me. So little on-off switch there. Switch it on and get the indicator on. So that when I start speaking, you'll hear that obviously it's quite loud, and it's okay for internal, so you could use it for internal meetings, or you could use it for external meetings as well, when you want to speak to groups of children, for example. So there's two volume levels, high and low. But it also has a beeper, so if you want to sort of contact groups of people in the open air, for example, I won't push this too long because it is very loud, but at least it'll give you an idea. It then alerts people that you want to talk to them, and you can hold that buzzer button in and it will just continue. So very, very good unit for a specific application. So once again, charging cradle, it comes with a charging cradle. There's two contacts there. They just slot into the charging cradle and it just sort of snaps in magnetically. And it's then charged via USB. There's a USB plug on the end of it. So charge it from any USB source. It charges in about 2.5 hours from USB. Has around about 5-hour life, so it will last for 5 hours use, and it's powered by a lithium-ion battery. So the good thing is, once it's charged up, if you don't use it, you don't have to keep charging it every day to make sure it's fully charged. It really does stay charged until you use it. So it comes with a nice pouch, nice little pouch with a zip on it. So it all fits in there. And there's a lanyard as well. So if you want, you can hang it around the neck when it's not being used. So it's just something that's nice to know about. It's not really for students, but for teachers, for example, who want to address groups of people, it's absolutely ideal. And it saves having to set up PA systems in small auditoriums, etc., when you want to address people. Comes in it's two versions, either black or white. So I think that's about all I want to say about the Mica Pro. It's just one of those units that's nice to know it's around. You might know of someone who could use it, or you might know of an institution that can use it. The end user price is somewhere in the region of £220. It's not incredibly expensive when you think about what you're getting. It's a very, very nice unit. If anyone would ever want to try one, I have got a sample here that I'd be quite happy to send along if anyone wants to try it out, or they might have a need for it in a particular application. Just let me know and I'll send you one out. It's no problem. I think that's about all I want to say on the Mica Pro. Nothing much there. It's just a very, very nice unit to have. So that really is all of our microphones. I say it's not a big portfolio, but some very, very important ones. The item can be quoted by the Class Westminster system, who it's run by Paul Dilley. I'm sure a lot of you would know that. A lot of you might use the AT quote system as well by Tom Woodward. And certainly all DSA equipment suppliers can quote any of our microphones. They're all quite well known in the industry. And again, I stress, whenever you ask for a microphone, please ask for it by model number as well, so that you make sure you get the unit that you want. Okay, I don't really think there's much more I have to say on microphones. As I say, this was always going to be quite a small webinar, but I hope I've got over some important information, and I'll take any questions that might come up now. If any of you have any questions, just pump them through now, and I'll try and deal with them. As I said earlier, if any of you missed the previous two webinars, they were probably the most important two on headsets and headphones. Just drop me an email. My email address is up there, epratt@andreacommunications.com, and I'd be glad to give you the links for the first two webinars. That's no problem at all. The other thing is, if there's anyone listening that actually wants a training certificate, that's no problem. Again, drop me a mail and I'd be happy to let you have a training certificate if you need one. That's no problem at all. Okay, with that, I'd like to formally close this webinar, and thank you once again all for coming. If you need certificates, once again, please drop me an email and I should be able to get those to you within a couple of days or so. So thanks once again all for coming, and look forward to seeing you Friday if you're around. I will now close this webinar. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye. I'll leave it open for a while, actually, in case there's any more messages come up. But thank you once again all for coming, and I will now close the webinar on microphones. Thank you all. Goodbye.